So this is Ron Escobar. I'm the owner of Los Angeles Construction Services. Also the owner of Century 21 in Beverly Hills in Mid-City, Los Angeles. I am doing a walkthrough inspection for a Freddie Mac property. Los Angeles Construction Services is one of the general contractors approved to perform maintenance and repairs for Freddie Mac owned assets. And this particular job is in Lancaste, California, about an hour and a half away from Los Angeles. It's a nice community. Price points are around $200,000, where you can get a lot of house for a lower price relatively to LA, and yet still be within a couple hours commute from LA. So my crew has been here. We were asked to do carpet, paint, lamps, and bring the house ready to the market. We had a little bit of challenges with the quality of the work, and I'm here on one last attempt to try to figure it out how much of this is actually my crew's issues and how much of it is actually expectations being beyond what is normal. So I have personally been at this job 3 times already. This is my 4th time. My quality supervisor manager has been 3 or 4 times here, and of course the working crew will spend over 2 weeks here. We are waiting for the broker to get here. The purpose of this video is to document the quality control walkthrough that we're going to have, and also to record some of the stuff for training purposes so that we can all get better and we can reduce the amount of rework and visits that we do to this, and we can bring these beautiful houses out to market as fast as possible so that people can buy them and occupy them. And we can help our client, which is Freddie Mac, take care of this and bring houses to the community. So we're going to wait a little bit. If you guys walk in here, you can, I think the broker has identified some of the items that she feels are still unacceptable. I'm going to reserve comment on that, and to me it actually looks very good, most of it. It's a beautiful house, and we'll wait and see what she says, and we'll want to try to see how we can communicate with her to achieve an understanding. I had personally signed off on this asset about 3 days ago and certified it as being ready for market on my end as a general contractor, but she felt that it wasn't ready for market yet. So we'll wait and see.
Just patching right here. What I think happened is when they sprayed this, they got overspray on this, and you see how they sprayed the stucco with a brown color. It's all like there's spots all over the place. You see that up there? Mm-hmm. Did you see that? And that wasn't.
Did they paint this, or was this already painted?
No, this was painted by you guys.
Because I know that we painted these 2.
And this was. So what I'm guessing is, if you look at this right here, you see right here how it got white from the overspray. You see this right here? I'm guessing that happened by the front door. So then they went to cover it on the stucco with a color that doesn't match.
We didn't paint this.
Yes, you did.
We painted these 2.
Yeah, the stucco pop-outs.
No, we painted these 2 that were different color. That one was that color already.
All of the stucco pop-outs on the thing, all the stucco pop-outs were supposed to be painted. So are you sure they didn't do this?
I'm pretty sure when I came in and I inspected, there were the 2 that were out of color were these. So that could be from
okay, but this right here
the garage
was
door.
White before. They painted this white.
Yeah, I don't remember that one specifically. I remember that one being.
Can you ask them, because I'm almost certain they painted them all.
Okay.
Okay. But that's the only thing I could think of is why that they would spray the stucco. Mm-hmm. Because they painted this.
Okay.
Okay. And then can you see, you walk around, there's overspray on the ceiling. Can you see it? So it's there. And then if you come along here, there's some here. Do you see how it's coming onto the ceiling? Can you not see that? I mean, do you see it, or? It's right there. It's like the brown comes onto the ceiling.
That's not the shade of this?
I don't think so, no, because it's a different, that has, from the blinds, it's got the two
I mean,
shadows.
it's almost, can you
Well-
zoom into it?
And there's one over here too. There's quite a few of them.
Because I mean, I came in with a flashlight to look at stuff and try to find stuff. And honestly, I'm having difficulty grasping how amazingly perfect you want this job to be.
Okay, so let me show you this. When you and I were here the first time, we stood here and you're like, did you spray the whole ceiling? Because there's a section that wasn't sprayed. And you said, oh yes, I see that. It's still there.
No, there was a section here that appeared to be wet. And we were wondering if the bathroom was leaking. And it was dry.
It's the same area. If you stand right here, it's just, no, you're too far over. It's the same area that was the last time. So I don't know that if they painted over the ceiling. It's the same spot. You don't see that?
No, I mean, I see a little bit of shade from the column here.
No.
You mean like here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's been there, and it comes up this way. It's where it was before.
Okay, I see that there's slightly shadow there. I see that.
Okay, so this, if you look, this is the same thing, which is fine if you're gonna not have it be, but this is not new. So it is what it is. Like there's divots here, and there's glaze here. So you had said you were gonna replace it, but it's still the same one. So that was why I was questioning that, because and the garbage disposal wasn't working. So I don't know, and it's new.
And it's not working because of the noise, or?
We'll keep stopping. The other day it wasn't even turning when we were here. These we went over. Okay, so remember the first time we were here, I'm like, okay, these scratches, we want to go in, and you're like, yeah. Well, what they did, I don't know, they made these dark spots everywhere. I'm not sure what they were touching up, but this is the big one right here. Wait, where did it go? There's one that has a big mark on it. Now I think it's on the side. Right here. It looks like, and my tape even took it off. It looks like it's a marker. I don't know what they were trying to cover there, because it was just supposed to be the deep scratches that was touched up. And so I'm not sure what it was. It looks like a marker or like this is what I had in mind, you know, these little, I have this for my cabinets at home, and I was actually just gonna do it while I was here, but just these deep scratches, which is what it was supposed to be in the first place. So I don't know, there's like all these little dots. Well, now that the tape is even bringing it off. I don't even know what it was what they put on it. I don't know what it is. But this is the stuff they were supposed to just touch up, just these little deep spots. That was it. Do you remember? I mean, I don't mean to be nitpicky, but we walked it before, and these are the things that we pointed out. Okay, and then...
Well, right now, to be honest, I'm noticing more the tape marks when you take the tape than...
Well, they were little dark spots, so I taped them, but they shouldn't have the dark spots, they shouldn't have the light spots. I didn't know the tape was going to do that.
Yeah, I think the best, you know, if you want perfect, we have to redo the cabinets. And if you don't want dents on the cabinets, we have to change the wood. I mean, it's just a matter of
No, it's not
how much
dents.
we're going to contain the scope of the project.
But I don't even know what it is that they were touching up. That wasn't what we talked about initially. It was just a few deep scratches. This I can't get off. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't come off. I can't, like, I don't know what it is. But it's a brand new...
It looks like there was tape there or something, right? But you can't get it off.
No, I mean, we put this because, you know, I couldn't do this.
No, I know, but I see a streak here, so
Yeah,
it does look like...
I don't know what it is.
I mean, when you come in the right light here, it looks like
don't know.
maybe they clean it with some Brillo pad or something.
I don't know. I don't know. I just,
Okay.
if it's brand new.
We can replace that. We can replace the microwave.
All of this was stuff that we went over the first day. We pointed out the first day, like, you know, there's still white coming through. There's still runs in here from where, and this was one of the things that you and I, there's just drips everywhere. Do you see that? This is still blotchy. I don't think that they touched it up. In here, if you can look in here, they didn't paint that. Do you see that? Like they didn't take anything off. They didn't, it's all uneven. So, I mean, is that acceptable? I don't know. Because no, I'm not looking for perfection, but these are all things that we went over the first day, all of them. So are there less issues now than the first day? Absolutely. This, I don't know, hold on. This is supposed to be new. So that sounds okay, yeah. Okay, so it's just that quiet. I wasn't sure. Okay. Okay, and this one.
I remember that when we did the last one, there was paint on the mirror.
Yeah, yeah. And then this, do you know if this is a new flush kit? Because it doesn't look new, but it's supposed to be new. But you could see Andrew wiped his finger across it, and it wiped some stuff off of it. And it's supposed to be a new flush kit.
It looks to be the new flush kits that they have now.
Okay.
So if it's old, it's not that old, but
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be a new one, so it was supposed to be replaced. So you think it looks new?
yeah.
Okay. Just, you know, like there's still white coming through. I think the biggest challenge I'm having is that when we were here, you had told them just to repaint everything. See, there's more overspray onto the ceiling.
Well, okay.
You said we do, because there was so much white coming through, but then you said they didn't repaint it, they just touched up. Up here, there's still,
The lamps look really nice. We got really nice lamps.
here's, this is still here. Above here.
Oh.
And there's white coming through along the side still. There's more overspray.
Do you want to, don't take all the tape off so that I can come back with the, or do follow.
This was there the first time. It was a different.
I'm having a hard time seeing what you're seeing there. What is it?
Oh, you might need to, because you might need to be higher up. I mean, because it's two different colors.
I should have brought my cowboy boots.
It's two different colors.
Oh, from here?
Yeah, it's like from here to
I
here.
thought you were looking here.
Can you get that on there? Do you see what?
I'm zooming in.
You know, and there's white coming through here. So there's overspray. You know, there's all, you could still see the white coming through. This is just all stuff that was there the first time. See?
Okay.
Okay. I think there was, yeah. You see how there's like white? They didn't, can you see that?
It changes a little bit the shape.
Yeah, it comes all the way down. Okay. I think this one was okay. We kind of stopped. Okay. I think we taped all the areas. There's right here, there's like, I don't know what that is. You
know, sometimes when They build these houses on a drywall. They put galvanized nails to put them to the studs, and then they rust. And so that the rust and there's like a chemical reaction. So that looks like a head of a nail that it was starting to do that.
Well, I could see like right here where it's popping through. I can understand that, but that doesn't look the same as that. Is that what you're talking about? Because we have this.
No, it's just, I mean, you can see the round thing over there. The shade part is bigger, but there's a little circle in the middle. That's the head of the nail. It's just, you know, it happens with drywall, and we can change the drywall.
No, I don't think the drywall would be, I mean, I think that it, I think that if you painted over it would probably.
Oh, they painted over it, but it's just, it has a chemical reaction with the nail. That's why it takes a different shade. You know, paint is not perfect. I mean, it depends on the humidity, it depends on the light, it depends on the heat, it depends on what's behind it. It's going to show a different color.
There's like a little bit.
So if part of the drywall has that different alkalinity because of the nail rust, that is going to show slightly different. So it's not like a car perfect, you know. A car paint job is different than a house paint job.
Okay, so then paint. This is what I was talking about up here. Like they didn't take it off. They just painted out. Like it should have been taken off and then painted and then put back on. They got paint on the. There's still the scuffs in here from original. They still have the paint on the cabinets. I mean, here's how I have always viewed these is would I be happy if it was something that I had at my house? Because this house wasn't, it was dirty. Don't get me wrong, it was dirty, but it's a pretty good palette. I mean, there wasn't holes in the walls. There wasn't, and I like that would not be acceptable to me at, you know, it just doesn't look good. You know, there's still all of the spots in here from the original. You know, they're just, I don't know.
Put grease there at one point in time that stay there. That's what I'm saying. When you paint a porous surface, your paint job is not going to be like a car paint job.
Well, you could put primer on it. I mean, you can cut. It's part of the prepping for it. That's would be part of the prep work. So you're saying if you had paid someone to paint your house and then that was there, you'd be okay with that?
If I paid him to paint this particular spot, I wouldn't be okay with it. If I paid him to paint the whole house, and given the price they're giving me, I would probably consider this to be a reasonable job.
Okay.
Now, I agree with you on that. I would actually, at the bottom of the cabinet, I'll probably have it brown instead of white.
Well, the other bathroom is brown. I'm not sure why this was white, but.
And it does look like, you know, they could have done a better job on that.
You know, I think that that's part of the.
So,
you know,
I mean, there are some things that I agree with you, and there are others that I'm having a hard time with. This can be done better. The microwave, obviously, we need to change it. It's a new microwave, so we just get another one.
Can you try to find out what they put on the cabinet so we can try to get it off? I don't know what that was that they used. I don't know what it was. You know, those are too short, which.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Obviously, that needs to be changed.
Yeah.
The blinds.
So you're okay with the stucco in the front? The spray on that?
No, I can see a little bit better where it can be done better.
When it should, like you see from here, it should be gray, not brown.
When I first came in, there was a lot of light on the light change, but you know, if you stay here for a little bit, I can see, in particular on that side here.
Well, I first noticed it around the doorbell, and I'm like, it's so far around the doorbell, and then it just is all along that.
I mean, if you pay close attention to that, you can see that there is a little bit of overspray there. So.
Like it comes out, you know.
I mean, I didn't notice it when I came in. Didn't notice it until you pointed it out. But if you look at it close on that side, on the left side, I can see that there is overspray.
So here's the thing, I can't base my decision of what I feel is acceptable based upon what you guys get paid. Like I can't, it's separate. I don't pay you, I don't know, you know.
I don't expect you to do that.
Well, no, you said if...
Me, if I would be okay in my house, if I did that, then if it were my house, I would be paying. Then that's why I said that. But no, I know that we have a price sheet that we agreed to contractually, and that's to deliver assets at Fannie Mae standards. So Freddie Mac, sorry. So I understand that perfectly. Of course, there's a little bit gray room as to what those standards are. I have to tell you, having the benefit of also doing sales and real estate, that I would consider this house to be ready to go to market, but that's not my call.
Whether it's do I think that any of this stuff here would prevent someone from submitting an offer? No. But what I've always been told is if I sign off on it, I'm saying that it's to the standards that Freddie Mac would expect. And some of the stuff is unacceptable. So I don't know, like, you know, to sign off, that means you're going to get a check. And I know there's still stuff that needs to be done. You know what I mean? I struggle with that because it's not my money. It's not up to me to be able to make the decision. You know, I don't know.
I mean, the three concerns that I would agree with you is those blinds are too short. This microwave shows a little bit of a weird streak when you look at it on the right light, and there's a new one and we can change it. There's a little bit of overspray on the front door. Everything else I have a hard time agreeing with you. Additionally, I think perhaps this would be a good opportunity for both of us to get trained and to ask Bridges to come out here and take a look at it.
Pamela came out and walked some properties back when she was the RAM. I haven't had the opportunity to walk with Bridges, but I got training by Pamela, and she's very strict. And we walked the job, and the stuff that I'm pointing out is stuff that she said, no, you're right. So
I had some quality inspections done by Pamela also, and we had no problems with it in some of the assets that we have done. So yeah, I've seen them. Again, you know, I'm having a hard time agreeing with you in most of it, except for those 3 items that I pointed out.
So you're okay with the sink?
I'm okay with the sink. I thought it was new actually when I came in. Remember I told you when I called you, I said they changed the sink? Now I can see it's not new when I looked at it in detail. But my first impression was that it was new.
Okay.
So again, you know, maybe I'm wrong.
Well, no, just on a reglaze, you shouldn't be able to see brush strokes.
And the issue that
I would love for him to come out here. He said he's coming out here. We just don't know when. So I encourage it.
Well, he was in Bakersfield like a couple days ago, and he asked me to take pictures. That's why I kind of thought, well, let me just do the video, so I can share that with him. And it's always hard to see in video and in pictures. So if he's here, well, of course we can't tell him to be here unless he has time. But he suggested that that I take pictures, and that if he couldn't see anything, that he would come over. So so I think we should kind of try to do that so that we have a better understanding going forward, both you and I, right?
If he says to me, Andrea, you know what, some of this stuff you can let go, that would take weight off of me, because I was always so, you know what, it needs to be, the quality. If you read through all of the brochures, it's got to be quality. We want quality work. And so some of the paint, because of how it started, and because some of the stuff from the first time we were here is still the same, so it wasn't like the runs in the paint and stuff like that, to me, it doesn't look good. And you acknowledged the first day that we were here that it didn't look good, but now you're saying it's okay because in the grand scheme of things.
No, the first day there were some issues on the edges around there where they seemed like at the end they left the top for like the last time.
There's still areas that still have the white, and there's like upstairs there's the stain above the door, and there's inconsistency, and hold on, these cabinets down here have the same run marks as the first day, and the first day you said, yeah, doesn't look good, but now it seems to be acceptable. So
I don't recall saying that on the cabinets. I recall saying that on the wall.
Okay, so you think this is okay? You think that they didn't take this, like that looks okay to you? Because I don't think the quality, if you look at this, that looks quality, that's too much paint. They didn't even paint in here. You know what I mean? They didn't touch that in there. It's the same original color.
Let me try to kind of rephrase my perspective on it. I had the honor of serving in the Marines 5 years. I know what a military inspection is. When they come over with a white glove and they say there's dust here, when they do all these different things, right? So I know how detailed you can get under inside that pipe and look for dust and paint. And they unscrew lamps, they do things. They look at dust on the light bulbs. So you can get very, very strict. And then after the Marine Corps, now I have the benefit of being a broker for a lot of agents and having done a lot of assets that I fix for Freddie Mac and other people that are flipping properties. There's the issue of practicability, right? And getting the house out to the market at a level that is normally accepted by the particular client base that we serve in that particular market. So based on that perspective, I would think this house is really a nice house to bring out to market, and you're gonna have no problem selling it really fast. And that we together are probably better serving Freddie Mac by not getting tangled in the detail and getting the house out and getting it sold to a family that wants to occupy it. They wouldn't have a problem with that. So that's my thought. Now, I'm not the boss, I'm not the owner, I'm just a general contractor. Breaches is the person who would have the saying on that, and that's what I'm saying perhaps we should ask him that.
Okay, because what I hear you saying is that depending on who the client is, the level of expectation is okay to be different. And that maybe that's where I need to change a little bit.
But not only that, but also that there's a practicability, right? You can always get something better, but you got to draw the line somewhere at some time. And so then you look at the population that we serve and what's average and standard and acceptable. And, I think that's the practical thing to do. Not that lower price points should have bad quality and higher price points should have good quality. None of that. It's just the practicability of drawing the line somewhere and saying, okay, we don't need to sand, because the way to fix those drips that you say there is to sand all that down.
Okay.
Completely strip it.
Okay.
And then paint it.
Right. So can I ask you a question? Just exactly what you said. So those strips that you say there, are they there or not?
They're there.
Okay, they weren't there originally. So I get right now that it would take sanding it down to fix it. However, it shouldn't have got that way to begin with. So there's where I struggle a little bit, because
I think they were there before we even took over this asset. Okay. And I think they haven't painted. Now we would sand it down, and now you say, okay, do you spot sand that? No, because then it's going to look a different shade than the rest. So then we need to sand the whole door. Okay, we're gonna sand the whole door. Should we sand the door right next to it? Because it's not gonna be. So that's the point I'm saying. Where do we draw the line?
I think that it was painted before. It was from before. Because the cabinets weren't painted before. They were all dirty.
No, they were white.
Right, they were white, but they were scuffed, which is why we had them painted. So.
You know,
I'm just wondering why you think it was there before.
I mean, I saw this house when we walked it, and I saw that they were painted already.
No, they were white from when it was
on
built.
the inside. Yeah.
Right, they looked like that. You know, there was. I don't think anyone ever came in that after the people.
Can you see
bought
that? Are you able to see it or no on the camera?
And then you see like this, like they just got white. You know what I mean? I mean, I get that, but.
I'm not disagreeing with you that the job is not perfect. The point I'm trying to make is you're never going to be perfect. And then what is a reasonable place to call it ready for market? And that's where you and I are disagreeing. You have, a much higher standard, which may be correct.
If Bridget said to me, Andrea, you can let some of that stuff go, it would make my job so much easier. Because I don't like doing this.
And perhaps that's a solution, and it would be really good.
Maybe it will.
We can have a cold iced tea.
Yeah, the thing is, from what I've
you
been
can thank
told,
me for it.
Yeah, from what I've been told, I get my mentality from the training I've had. So if Bridget gives me the leeway to say, you know what, imperfection is okay. Okay, it would make it so much easier for me. But there's a lot of GCs that do a really good job that don't have some of the things I'm seeing here. And so I put everybody on the same playing field. I just do. And so I sign off on stuff all the time. It's not like I'm...
No, I agree with you. I mean, we also serve a lot of brokers and a lot of owners and fix a lot of homes. So... that's where I kind of draw my opinion from, not just from my personal opinion, but what I've seen in other houses and more than anything else in the trade, right? Because even if I was okay with short blinds on my home, which I'm not, but let's say I was, that doesn't mean that I'm okay with it here. So, my standard is predicated on the markets that I serve, the clients that I serve, the rules and regulations, and the vendor management handbook that Freddie Mac gives, all that.
Now the blinds, Bridget.
The house looks a lot nicer with them, and they're not really expensive.
Okay, so can you find out what they did on the cabinets so we could try to... I'm going to try to touch those scratches up at that end that I have, actually. Because...
Were you able to get some of the details on the thingy?
Yeah, some showed, some don't.
And it really airs out to normal?
It took about
it might be that they did.
45 minutes.
That they put something like this on and didn't blot it. Because when you put this on, it off to darken the.
Yeah, I think you can. That marker is only for like small spots. Yeah. If you do, that's probably what. If they did a big square, I don't know.
Yeah, because you have to do this for a little while for it to. I'm sure that this is what they use. I wonder how we can. It looks better almost just without it. It's not really filling that in really good.
How old is your daughter?
The one that's playing here today is 11, almost 11. My other one that's down below is 12.
I have a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah, mine are 12 and 10. Okay, this will come off if we push really hard.
None of which do any sports whatsoever, my kids.
Oh, no, mine do.
And we try to push them and everything, and it was just, I think it's more detrimental to try to force them to do it than.
Okay, so I think we're gonna be better off if we just take the stuff off. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what they were trying to cover right here. Oh, a light mark. Hold on. I think we'd rather have that than a dark spot, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have these little light scuffs than dark stains.
And the funny part is, whoever buys it is completely dislike that guy.
Yeah, there was definitely a vibe to him.
Okay, look, so will you have them get this off too? Because it comes off, you just have to, see that was a streak there. It's coming off, but whatever they tried to cover, I'd rather have it, see that's coming off? I'd rather have it than that,
Yeah, that looks like my 10-year-old did it.
yeah. But it comes off, I mean, we'll get it off. Whatever they were trying to cover will show up as we get it off.
Mm-hmm.
But the areas that I was concerned with, which is why we did it in the first place, were over there, but I don't think it's gonna help over there. Needs to be like a, I don't know. Okay. All right, so they'll get that off.
Mm-hmm.